World War II was not fought only by tanks and aircraft. Some of the most dangerous missions were carried out by soldiers riding motorcycles, completely unsupported, racing through fire, mud, and enemy lines. These are the motorcycles that truly fought in World War II. Harley-Davidson WLA was the standard and most widely used military motorcycle of the U.S. Army during World War II. Powered by an air-cooled V-twin engine, it prioritized low-speed torque rather than top speed. This allowed the WLA to operate reliably while carrying loads, traveling over poor roads, and crossing muddy terrain. Its simple design made field repairs quick and practical. The WLA was extensively used for communications, reconnaissance, escort duties, and military police patrols, becoming a symbol of Allied ground mobility. Harley-Davidson WLC was a modified version of the WLA produced specifically for Canada and the Commonwealth forces. The changes mainly involved electrical systems, components, and logistical standards to match British supply chains. In terms of performance, the WLC was nearly identical to the WLA and fulfilled the same battlefield roles. Harley-Davidson XA was one of the most unusual American motorcycle projects of the war. It was developed after the U.S. Army directly studied German BMW motorcycles, specifically for desert warfare. The XA featured a horizontally mounted flat twin engine and shaft drive, reducing heat buildup and mechanical wear from sand. Although it performed very well in testing, the XA appeared too late in the war, and only about 1,000 units were produced before the program was canceled. Harley-Davidson U8 was an older pre-war model pressed into military service. With its large displacement and heavy weight, the U8 was unsuitable for frontline combat, but proved valuable for logistics, trailer towing, and military police duties. It stands as a clear example of how existing civilian vehicles were repurposed to meet wartime demands. Indian's 741B was Indian's lightweight military motorcycle developed to meet the need for rapid mobility. Equipped with a 500cc engine, it was easy to ride and reasonably durable, but soldiers often criticized it for lacking power when carrying heavy loads or operating off-road. While functional, it was never held in the same regard as larger Harley models. Indian's 64B was the military version of the famous Indian Scout. It offered strong performance, quick acceleration, and more stable handling than many contemporary Harley motorcycles. However, because it was developed late and produced in limited numbers, the 64B never became a standard U.S. Army motorcycle despite its technical advantages. Indian 841 represented Indian's attempt to compete directly with German BMW designs. It featured a longitudinally mounted engine and shaft drive, improving cooling and reducing wear in hot environments. Although testing showed excellent performance, the project was canceled as the U.S. Army moved to reduce the number of vehicle types for logistical simplicity. Indian 34B was a heavy sidecar motorcycle based on the Indian Chief platform, developed to support Allied transport and armed reconnaissance needs. Its large displacement engine delivered strong, low RPM torque, allowing stable sidecar operation even when heavily loaded or traveling on poor roads. The reinforced frame was designed for continuous heavy use, making it well-suited for carrying troops, ammunition, and communications equipment. Though not fast, the 34B was highly reliable and favored by British and Commonwealth units, where durability mattered more than agility. Indian 344 was a more specialized and refined evolution of Indian's military sidecar motorcycles. Compared to the 34B, the 344 was optimized for sustained heavy transport and armed reconnaissance roles. Its suspension and sidecar structure were improved to enhance stability on rough terrain and under heavy loads. The 344 was commonly deployed in frontline logistical roles, operating slowly but consistently. Its ability to safely deliver personnel and supplies made it preferable in environments where durability outweighed speed. CUSHMAN Model 53. airborne scooter was an extremely small motorcycle designed specifically for U.S. paratroopers. Packed into a container and dropped by parachute alongside troops, it allowed soldiers to move quickly once landing zones were secured. While not intended for direct combat, the CUSHMAN played a crucial role in expanding the operational reach of airborne forces. SIMPLEX Survey Cycle was a minimalist motorcycle used for training and domestic communications. Its small engine and extremely simple construction made it easy to maintain, ideal for rear area duties where reliability mattered more than performance. BMW R75 was one of the most advanced military motorcycles ever built. Its defining feature was a driven sidecar wheel with a differential, allowing both the motorcycle and sidecar wheels to deliver power. This gave the R75 exceptional off-road capability in mud, snow, and rough terrain, making it especially effective on the Eastern Front. The R75 functioned more like a light tactical vehicle than a conventional motorcycle. BMW R12 was Germany's standard military motorcycle before the introduction of the R75. It was durable, easy to manufacture, and dependable, but the lack of a driven sidecar limited its off-road performance in harsh conditions. BMW R35 was a single-cylinder motorcycle known for ease of maintenance and fuel efficiency. It was primarily used for communications and military police duties, where stability and reliability mattered more than power. Zündapp KS750 was the direct rival to the BMW R75. Known for its massive torque, rugged frame, and exceptional durability, the KS750 performed extremely well in harsh combat environments and was highly regarded by German forces. Zündapp K800 was a rare four-cylinder motorcycle. Its smooth operation and high cruising speed made it well-suited for escort and long-distance liaison duties. Zündapp KS600 was a mid-weight military motorcycle developed from Zündapp's 600cc civilian sport models. Powered by an air-cooled Boxer twin engine, it offered good balance and stable performance at moderate to high speeds. Typically without a sidecar, the KS600 served in reconnaissance, command liaison, and officer transport roles. Compared to heavy sidecar machines like the KS750, it was lighter, more agile, and easier to maintain, making it ideal in the early stages of the war when mobility was critical. Zündapp K500W was an early military motorcycle developed before the KS series. Using a simple 500cc Boxer twin engine, it featured straightforward construction with few complex components, allowing easy field repairs. Although lacking advanced systems such as powered sidecars or modern suspension, its simplicity made it a dependable workhorse for communications, reconnaissance, and light transport duties. Zündapp DB200 was the smallest and simplest of the Zündapp military motorcycles. Powered by a 200cc single-cylinder two-stroke engine, it was lightweight, easy to ride, and extremely fuel-efficient. The DB200 was mainly used for recruit training, rear-area communications, and non-combat duties. During prolonged wartime shortages, it provided an economical solution for maintaining widespread communication networks. NSU KETTENKRAD was a hybrid vehicle combining a motorcycle front end with tracked rear drive. With its front steering wheel and rear tracks, the KETTENKRAD could traverse mud, snow, and rough terrain while towing heavy loads, tasks impossible for conventional wheeled motorcycles. It remains one of the most unique vehicles of World War II. DKW NZ350 was one of the most common German military motorcycles, especially on the Eastern Front. Powered by a 350cc single-cylinder two-stroke engine, it was renowned for its simple design and ease of maintenance in extreme conditions. Unlike the more complex Boxer engine motorcycles, the NZ350 had fewer moving parts, allowing quick repairs even when spare parts were scarce. It was widely used for communications, reconnaissance, and frontline liaison. Late war versions were simplified further to conserve materials, reflecting Germany's industrial strain. BSA M20 earned the nickname the Pack Horse of the British Army. Designed for endurance rather than performance, it used a large displacement low-power engine to reduce mechanical stress and extend service life. Although slow and heavy, the M20 was extremely durable and easy to repair, making it ideal for dispatch riders during a long and resource-strained war. Norton 16H was a pre-war design adopted by the British Army at the outbreak of World War II. With a simple structure and reliable engine, it performed well over long distances and was widely used for communications, reconnaissance, and patrol duties, especially in the North African campaigns. Norton Big 4 was a heavier and more powerful model, almost always operating with a sidecar. It was designed for towing loads and transporting troops or equipment rather than speed. Some versions featured driven sidecar wheels, improving traction on sand and mud. The Big 4 primarily served in transport and front-line support roles. Royal Enfield WD-RE Flying Flea was one of the smallest military motorcycles ever used. Powered by a 125cc engine and extremely lightweight, it was designed to be dropped by parachute for British airborne troops. While unsuitable for combat or heavy loads, it enabled rapid movement, communication, and reconnaissance immediately after landing. Its value lay in deployment speed, not firepower. Royal Enfield WD-RE-CO was a balanced 350cc motorcycle used across many theaters of war. It provided sufficient power for varied terrain while maintaining a simple, repair-friendly structure. WD-CO motorcycles were widely employed for communications, reconnaissance, and liaison throughout Europe and North Africa. Matchless G3L stood out for its use of telescopic front forks, a major improvement over traditional girder forks. This provided better shock absorption and reduced fighter fatigue on long, rough journeys, an important advantage for dispatch riders under constant operational pressure. Triumph 3HW became Triumph's standard 350cc military motorcycle after the Coventry factory was bombed. Redesigned for simplified production and maintenance, it was used mainly for communications and reconnaissance, where reliability and quick repairs were more important than speed. ARIEL WNG was a military motorcycle based on a civilian design, but reinforced for wartime conditions. Powered by a 350cc engine, it offered stable performance and low mechanical failure rates, serving primarily as a dependable workhorse for communications and reconnaissance. VELOCETTE MAC was a military motorcycle renowned for mechanical precision. Although produced in limited numbers, it delivered smooth operation, efficiency, and reliability, making it suitable for command and liaison roles requiring dependable transport. Wellbike was an ultra-compact motorcycle designed exclusively for airborne forces. It could be folded and stored in parachute containers. After landing, soldiers could assemble it in minutes, enabling rapid mobility and expansion of operational reach. James ML, short for military lightweight, was a light motorcycle developed late in the war. Although not foldable like the Wellbike, it remained very light and simple. The ML was used for fast communications and light duties where mobility and ease of maintenance were the top priorities.